This guy's about to run through money like it's unlimited. His type doesn't exist. Older, younger, rich, broke, shy, bold, it doesn't matter. If she's a girl, he's already locked on like he doesn't miss. To test his new ability, he buys a ridiculously expensive bag. Then he heads straight to his teacher's place and knocks. She opens the door, confused, asking what he needs. He calmly tells her he just wanted to thank her for always helping him out in class. The moment she sees the bag, she's caught off guard. It's clearly something high-end. When she hesitates, he quickly brushes it off, saying it's just a knockoff. Not wanting to make things awkward, she thanks him and accepts it, then suddenly rushes to the kitchen after remembering something on the stove. And right then, his balance updates. The money he spent tripled. He just stands there for a second, trying to process it. It actually worked. If every purchase he makes on girls comes back multiplied, then this changes everything. This might be his way out of his family's financial mess. Before he can think any further, she comes back and offers him something to eat. While they're talking, he notices her struggling to loosen her apron. It's tied too tight. He steps closer, offering to help. But of course, someone walks in at the worst possible moment. Her sister. Yeah, that situation ends instantly. He doesn't waste time sticking around, just leaves. But now he knows for sure, the system works. All he needs now is someone else to use it on. Outside, he spots his friend looking completely crushed after seeing the girl he likes go to the movies with another guy. He barely pays it any attention until something else catches his eye. Two girls walking nearby. Immediate shift in focus. One of them? Her interest level in him is already high, way higher than expected. But then he overhears her friend warning her, saying he's broke now and not worth it. She hesitates, remembering how things used to be when she was the one chasing him. Because back then, he had everything. Still, he notices something important. Her interest is dropping, and that's a problem. Because if it falls too low, the system won't work properly. So he acts fast, calls out to her, Minhee. But before she can respond, her friend steps in, trying to block him. He ignores her completely and keeps his focus on Minhee, inviting her out to an expensive sushi place. She's confused. This doesn't match what she's heard about him. Wasn't he supposed to be broke? He doesn't explain much, just says he's got some extra money now. And before she can even give a proper answer, he's already walking away, leaving her standing there, unsure what just happened. But one thing is clear. Her interest in him was never completely gone, because before everything collapsed, he was that guy, the one everyone envied, the one who always had the best girls around him, the one every other guy hated. Until one day, it all disappeared. His family went bankrupt, and just like that, everything changed. Friends stopped inviting him out. People avoided him. Even simple things like gaming together were gone just because he couldn't pay anymore. That's when he learned the truth. None of those relationships were real. And the worst part? Even his girlfriend didn't hesitate. The very next day, she ended things, saying they were now on different paths. Just like that. One day, that's all it took for everything to fall apart. What do you mean, she wants to break up? He can't process it. It's only been a day since everything fell apart. But she just smiles, cold, almost amused, and tells him straight up that what they had was never really love. And now that he's broke, it's better if he never contacts her again. He exhales slowly. So that's how it is, just like that. As she turns to leave, he stops her. She looks back, annoyed, asking what he wants. Simple. Give me back the designer bags I bought you. She immediately snaps, saying that's the bare minimum she deserves for putting up with him. He pauses, then shrugs. Fine, keep them. But then he adds something unexpected, one last request, catching her completely off guard. She's furious, flustered, and visibly shaken by it, when suddenly, a guy pulls up beside them, trying to act important. He offers him a ride, clearly looking down on him. He declines calmly. Then, with a straight face, he starts advising the guy, talking like he's doing him a favor, casually exposing way too much about his ex in the process. The guy's expression shifts instantly. Embarrassment, anger. And just like that, he speeds off. He just stands there, watching, almost confused himself. He thought he was helping. But that moment makes one thing clear. Everyone around him? Fake. Not long after, the system activates. And now, he's sitting across from Minhee at a restaurant. She looks completely out of place, confused by everything she's hearing. People have been saying he's broke, yet here he is paying without hesitation. He keeps things casual, saying he just wanted help picking a gift for his sister. But something's off. Her interest in him starts dropping. He notices instantly. So he switches it up, brings up how she used to treat him, how she'd always do small things for him before. That changes everything. Her expression softens. Interest goes back up. He pays the bill. The system activates again. Money comes back. Tripled. Now she's even more confused. Everyone says he's broke, but he's acting like nothing ever happened. Her cheeks flush slightly, clearly affected, as she stays close to him. Everything seems to be going smoothly, until he sees someone familiar. His ex, standing there with her new guy. She just left him, so how is he already with someone else? Meanwhile, the guy she's with is getting irritated, realizing he has to spend so much just to impress her, while this guy is doing it effortlessly. He steps in, trying to belittle him, saying someone broke shouldn't even be in a place like this. But he doesn't react, doesn't argue, just calmly says he's there to buy something for his sister. Out of nowhere, Wanting steps in closer to Minhwa and quietly warns her that Shin Yuan is broke now and probably just messing with her. That immediately throws him off. He moves in front of Minhwa, frowning slightly. Messing with you? Since when? Before things can settle, the older guy starts running his mouth, telling Shin Yuan to leave and stop embarrassing himself. And right then, the system triggers. A new mission pops up. Humiliate both of them and crush their affection points for a big cash reward. Perfect timing. That's exactly what he needs right now. Without hesitation, he grabs Minhwa's hand and casually tells her they're about to have some fun. As they step into the store, whispers start spreading. People recognize him. The guy who used to run this place is back. Minhwa hesitates a little. Everyone knows he went broke, so why is he acting like this? But before she can question it, a saleswoman rushes over, eager to greet him, while subtly nudging the older guy to spend money on Wanting. Meanwhile, the clerk assigned to Shin Yuan isn't happy at all. She prefers rich clients, not someone she thinks can't afford anything. Still, Minhwa starts helping him pick out a handbag, something bright, youthful, something that fits his sister. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support me to make more content. The clerk barely cares, casually mentioning the price. It's over $50,000. Behind them, the older guy is already annoyed. He only planned to spend a little, but now things are escalating fast. And wanting? She pushes him further, telling him to prove himself, to show off, to completely outshine Shin Yuan. Problem is, he can't actually afford that. Then Shin Yuan speaks, calm, confident. I'll take both bags, and the accessories too. Everyone freezes. Manhwa is stunned. The clerk is convinced he's bluffing. As she starts calculating the total, her hands hesitate, almost afraid to say the number out loud. But he doesn't wait. He hands over his card. Just ring it up. Instantly, her attitude flips. That commission? Massive. Across the store, Wanting is burning with frustration. The older guy mutters that Shin Yuan must have borrowed the money, but Shin Yuan just smirks. Don't worry about what I'm buying, he says calmly. You should focus on making her happy. A successful guy like you should be spending properly. What, 700,000 at least? Just like that, he flips the pressure onto them. Now they're the ones panicking. Wanting immediately turns on her guy. Go on, show me what you can really do. But he's already cracking. He tries to stall, makes a call, then suddenly claims he has an important meeting and walks out. Wanting glares, furious, before storming off after him. And just like that, they're gone. Shin Yuan doesn't even care. That whole thing? Just a game. And the system paid him for it. He turns back to Manhwa and hands her one of the bags. She immediately refuses. It's way too expensive. But he shrugs it off, saying it's just a reward for putting up with all that nonsense earlier. Then he hands her another one. She's confused now. Wasn't this supposed to be for his sister? He just smiles casually. On second thought, I think you'd like it more. In reality, he's just maximizing the system. Spend more leads to earn more. But Manhwa hesitates again. She doesn't want to look like she's after his money. She tries to push the bag back. I really can't. He gently stops her, holding her hands. Don't worry, this is just the beginning. There's more coming, so you better get used to it. That's what convinces her. And just like that, the mission completes. Triple the money returns instantly. Manhwa stares at him, mind racing. Did she just find the perfect jackpot? Sensing that she's overwhelmed, he casually changes the mood. Let's head back. If we buy anything else today, it might be too much. She just stands there, quietly watching him. Later, as he heads back to his dorm, he passes his old friends. They're talking about a party, and when they spot him, they mock him, saying they'll turn the music up just so he can hear what he's missing. He ignores it. Back in his room, his roommate tells him that some other guy is bragging about going out with one of the top girls in school. Shin Yuan just shrugs. That won't last. In his mind, it's already decided. Manhwa isn't ending up with that guy. She's ending up with him. His friend tries to snap him back to reality, but Shin Yuan doesn't even bother explaining. Instead, he just thinks about one thing. It's time to go home and fix everything. When he gets home, that so-called money-minded uncle is already there. Yod, of course, acting like he owns the place. Shin Yuan gives him a cold, brief greeting while his father tells him to go rest, since the adults need to talk. But instead of leaving, he stays by the door, quietly listening in. Yod demands full repayment, saying he can't survive otherwise. Then his mother steps in, and reminds Yod that when he needed money to start his car wash, it was their family who helped him. So for him to show up now and act like this is completely out of line. His father tries to calm her down, but she's not having it. She keeps pushing back, saying they stood by him in his worst moments. Yod responds that he's already being generous because they're family. If it were anyone else, he would have thrown them out by now. That only makes things worse, and his mother starts going off until someone grabs her arm, telling her to calm down before things escalate further. They'll find a way to handle it. Right then, the system activates. A perfect life cannot be disrupted by debt. Any money used to repay his father's debts will be doubled, plus he gets a bonus of 1 million strictly for buying a car. For Shin Yuen, this couldn't be more perfect. He was already planning to help out anyway. Meanwhile, his mother is holding on to family heirlooms, prepared to sell them since it's the only way they can pay. What she doesn't know is that Shin Yuen had already sold some of those pieces before, just to buy gifts for his girlfriends. At that moment, he steps out and calmly tells them there's no need to worry. He has the money. Of course, they don't believe him and think he's joking, but he insists he's serious and tells his father to check his phone. Sure enough, 200,000 has just been deposited. Shocked, they demand to know where it came from, and he casually explains that he had invested in cryptocurrency a long time ago and only recently realized how much it had grown. His mother immediately praises him for saving the family, and they turn to Yod, telling him the debt is settled, so he can leave. With nothing left to say, he's forced out, completely confused about how Shin Yuen suddenly came up with that kind of money. With the mission complete, the 200,000 doubles into 400,000, and he also receives the 1 million car bonus. But realistically, that payment only covered immediate rent. There are still massive company debts worth hundreds of millions hanging over them. For now, this was just a start. He asks his parents if they need more money, and his mother says they can manage for now since nothing else is urgent. His father, though, asks for 50,000 as a loan. Shin Yuen can't help but smile. It reminds him of how things used to be, when his father would sit comfortably in a mansion, reading the newspaper while he came home exhausted asking for money. Now the roles have completely reversed. Later, back at college, he runs into one of his teachers, the kind everyone pays extra attention to. He casually walks up and asks if she's free tonight, hinting at dinner, but suddenly he feels a cold glare from behind. Mang is there, arms crossed, clearly not letting this slide. Realizing the situation, he backs off immediately, awkwardly laughing it off and saying he suddenly remembered he has to study. As he leaves, Mang warns the teacher that he clearly has bad intentions. Meanwhile, Shin Yuen is internally panicking, thinking how exhausting it is to act this cautious all day when he used to live freely, driving around in a Ferrari handling real business. That's when he remembers the 1 million reward for buying a car. Without hesitation, he calls Manhwa to come with him. Her friend instantly jumps in with jokes, saying if they're heading back to the dorm for something private, she'll make sure to leave. Manhwa quickly denies it, saying they're not even together, but her friend insists she's lucky to have found a guy like him and already knows where this is heading. Ignoring the teasing, Shin Yuen meets Manhwa at the dealership, where a salesman immediately approaches him, ready to assist. And that's where we're ending today's episode. Things are just getting started, and it's only about to get crazier from here. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and lets me keep bringing you more episodes. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen next, and I'll see you in the next one.